as commercial real estate investors, we need to know where we can go to look at commercial real estate. What we're going to talk about today is probably the biggest exchange for buying and selling commercial property. It's called LoopNet.com. It's actually owned by CoStar.com, whom I am affiliated with. No way. This is not a sponsored video or anything. I just use this and I wanted to teach you guys how to use this tool as well. So if we're here, we just came to LoopNet.com. All right, that's what you have to do, and you guys should log in. All right, so you guys should log in or just create an account. Go ahead and create yourself an account, and here's how it's gonna work, okay? You can do this. I don't really prefer to even start here, to be honest with you. Sometimes they'll post down here cool articles or like, why is Texas leading, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna come to the advanced search. That's where I pretty much always go to, and I think that that's where you should go to as well. So let's talk about how to use this. This in the advanced search is going to allow us to go out in the marketplace and drill down on exactly what we are looking for. Now, all you guys know that I'm a self-storage investor. I love self-storage. I have a whole series here on my YouTube about how to do that. If you want to check that out, I'll post the link to the video here so you guys can start checking that out. But let's say I'm going to do that. So I have to select from a property type. Now you see each of these has a little arrow, except for restaurant because there's only one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to, I think that they have it listed here as specialty, even though I think of it as industrial. And there's self-storage, right? So if I want to do self-storage, I could do that. Or let's say I wanted to go into multifamily, and let's say I didn't care what kind of multifamily, I would just click the box. But if I did care, for example, if I wanted garden style, or if I was a big investor and I only wanted to look at high rises, I could come down through here and check this. But I'm a self-storage investor, so I'm gonna do self-storage, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down to specialty, and I'm gonna click on self-storage. So now I've got my property type picked out. Now I don't really need to do any of these. I can come down and let's narrow this down. So let's say that I only wanted to look at properties where I live and in where I like to invest. So Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Tenn is C, and let's say Alabama, okay? Now I could choose metros. I could choose the Atlanta metro, or I could choose any other metro, but I'm just gonna go by states right now, but I could drill down as narrowly as I wanted to. And then we could also go to price. So I knew, like, let's say I was looking for properties that I wanted to earn a certain amount of cash flow and I needed to pay over $1 million here. So I could put a minimum price of $1 million, and I could say, you know, I'm not gonna do anything over $10 million. So I could choose a price, but let's say I cared more about the square footage. So, you know, I might not want to buy a 100,000 square foot facility because I'm going to be competing with hedge funds that have a lot of money. And I also may not want to buy 10,000 square foot facilities because they're just too small for my business model to work. So let's say I want to look between 20 and 60,000 square feet, or I could see, you know, hey, is there a minimum acre size that I wanted if I was looking for land? Is there a minimum cap rates? To be honest with you, I really wouldn't look at the cap rates because all the cap rate data in here is kind of garbage anyway. So I wouldn't search for a cap rate. I'd search for building size, price if you wanted to. And then we're just gonna come down here and we're gonna hit the search button, okay? Search, and let's see what it does. It's gonna start working for me. So on a map, it's gonna show me all of the properties that meet my criteria. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 properties that meet my criteria at the time of doing this search. Now this will change, right? This will come through and this will change through time. So now I can dive into each one of these as a different property, right? These are the 4 that I could come through. So I'm gonna give a click on this, and you can see it's gonna open up another tab here, and it's gonna start to tell me. So if I wanted to buy this, or if I want to get information on this, I can read through this. So this is a turnkey storage facility, ability to increase revenue through tenant insurance, blah, blah, blah. Here's a description of it. I can come down and look at the links to the offering memorandum, which is going to take me to the broker's website. And this is all going to be different, right? Like, for example, let me show you how these guys did it is going to be different than how these guys do it. It's really up to the broker or the person listing this property of like how good of a job, like filling out all this information or posting the links. You can see in this one, there's no link here for me to go to a separate website. So if I wanted more information on this, I'd have to call Christopher and Hunter, right? And I could give them a call right here, or I could shoot them an email through here. I could hit contact and I can type a little note here, right? So, you know, I could just just say, you know, hey Chris, I would never want to send if I were going to do something. I'd never really want to send it there. And to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even submit a portal here. First thing I'd do is call this number. If they don't answer, then I would leave them a voicemail. I'd send them a text message, and then I'd come back and I'd do this. So I'd only really post something through here if I didn't get in touch with them. So that's how I do this. And I could come through here, and what you can do is you can come through here and you can click on this. Not that one in particular. I'd click on the person, like Christopher Travis here. I click on him and it'll tell me about him, right, and what he's doing. And then what I can also see is the different properties that Christopher has listed. So it looks like Christopher has 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 properties listed. Okay, so he's got some listings, which is fine. That's kind of how to navigate once you're inside looking at it. So that's not all the storage deals listed. That's just what's listed in our criteria between 1 and 10 million and all this. So why don't we get rid of a filter? Why don't we get rid of the 1 to 10 million and see what happens? So you can see we got rid of that and we had 2 more deals pop up, okay? So that's this one right here popped up for $13 million, might be outside of my buying criteria. And here we have an interesting thing. We can see that this one is under contract, which what that means is that sure, you can talk to them about it, but somebody's pretty much already lined up to buy this, so you might be wasting your time talking to this deal. Cool. So we can come back here and let's see the other one that was listed, yeah, here in Columbus. So this one's in Columbus, Georgia, and this is a church. Looks like a church or something, but they have this listed as storage. So the building is very well made and structural steel frame upstairs, ample storage closet, blah, 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 okay? So they're just gonna give me a bunch of details. Down here at the bottom, we can see the date that this listing was created. So they've had this deal for sale. Just so you guys know, I'm recording this June 15th of 2022. They've had this now 3 years. They've had this, right? June 10th. They've had this listed for a while. It's probably priced too high. So that's how you can come through. Now, let's say you want to save this search, guys. What you can do if you want to save this criteria for the locations, the price, the square footage, all of your filters here, you can hit Save Search, okay? And now whenever you do this, you could name this. So let's call this storage. I just labeled this so you know what it is, right? And then what you want to do is you want to set an email alert settings, because that is going to send you a notification to your email inbox whenever a new deal that meets your criteria comes up on the market. I'm a big fan of instant. Anytime something comes up, shoot me an email and you can hit confirm here. I'm not going to because I've already got some saved searches set up, but I'm gonna click X and come back out of here, okay? Now, I wanna show you one other way to kind of use LoopNet to be powerful, okay? The next way is let's get rid of all of these, okay? So let's come back to more filters and let's hit, I could hit clear and get rid of everything. I'll just do it. Let's do clear here, and then I want you to come over to keyword. Okay, so let's say that we wanted to look for bank-owned properties. So let's do that. Let's make a keyword bank-owned, okay? Properties that have been foreclosed on. And let's hit search. And let's see if anything happens. So we have one property out of the entire nation. Let's click on it. It's in Philadelphia. Maybe we've got a deal here. All right, note, all cash offers only. At present time, owner does not have documents on order for bank financing. If you've required 2 years of records to take to the bank, try back later in the year. If you're prepared to do all cash, feel free to make an offer. At the present time, owner does not have all the paperwork in order for buyer bank financing, not interested in owner financing. Okay, so whenever we're searching for a keyword, it's gonna search all the notes that the broker has put in here. And a lot of times if it's like bank owned or something, then you could, you could come through and find that inside of here. It's essentially searching this. But anyway, so that didn't work out. Let's go back here. Let's go back to more filters. Let's get rid of the word bank owned and let's do expansion if we want to find deals that had expansion in this, right? So let's come back and let's hit search. Now it's going to show me all the deals. There's 28 results. I've got to scroll out because it kept me in Philadelphia. So let's scroll out to the whole US. And there's 28 deals that have the word expansion listed inside of here. So here we go. So value add opportunity with expansion parcel included. So if it was a buying criteria for me to find deals that had an expansion opportunity, I would want to search for expansion. And that's pretty much how the keyword search feature works. And again, you could save that search separately and it'll send it to you. So I hope that makes sense, guys. This is how you use LoopNet. Again, all of these are on-market deals, which I'm not a fan of on-market deals. If there's a lot of people on here looking at these deals for purchase, it generally means they're not going to be that great of a deal, but you can find them. And really more importantly, the thing that you can do is you can get access to brokers who are actually doing deals. So reaching out to these brokers, introducing yourself, that is a big key in order to building relationships inside of the industry, even if you don't buy the deals that they have listed with you. But sometimes you may find a deal on here that meets your numbers, that meets your investing criteria, okay? There's a lot of deals on here that you can probably earn, 7-8% cash on cash and maybe a 10 to 12 IRR or something like that. So if that's what you're interested in, you can go buy on-market deals. If you want higher returns, then it's probably not going to work out for you. You need to look at off-market deals. This is still a really powerful way. So hope you like that. If you found value in this video, if you're going to use LoopNet, then do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I would super appreciate it. And oh yeah, like I said, if you want to check out Crexy, which is a competitor to LoopNet and sometimes has different deals listed, click the video right here and I'll show you exactly how to use that.